Hello and welcome back to school. I hope you all had a wonderful spring break. Uh, you got some snow. You had some nice weather. I hope you enjoyed your time with your family. I enjoyed my time with my family. I worked on the Triwizard tournament that is beginning today. Um, yeah, I know it probably didn't meet your previous expectations, but I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I first of all wanted to say I really missed you. I still miss you. I miss seeing your faces. This week we're going to be starting some Zoom conferencing, and so hopefully we can see one another, and that will be nice. Um, it's hard not being able to see each other. And on that note, I just really want to encourage you guys to think about one another. Make sure that you are still talking with friends, okay? I know sometimes it doesn't seem like you have as much to talk about because you're not at school. There are so many fun and funny things you can talk about, things you can do. I'm going to encourage you to, conference call with conference call? That's not what I meant. Like video call with one another. Don't just do the chatting stuff. Do actual where you're seeing each other. My family and I, we all got on WhatsApp last night and played Yahtzee together, and it was really fun. And one of my daughters, Sarah, they did another game night with friends doing video calls, and so you can do that. You can play games with one another. I'm doing a movie kind of bracket thing with friends of mine, kind of like March Madness, but since that didn't happen, we're doing our favorite movies to see which one is the one movie that we like the best, and just kind of head-to-head competition for that. You could do that with books, you could do that with video games, you could do it with whatever you want. So one of the things that I'm going to start this week, and I will give you all the code probably tomorrow, is that I'm going to start a separate class about fun things for families and friends to do together. Just a whole bunch of ideas of things you could do, positive, happy things. So something as simple as like taking chalk and drawing on your sidewalk or your driveway and leaving fun messages or just something that's beautiful. So just encouraging you to see the good and to be the good in people's lives. I know this is difficult for you guys, and I just want you to know that I know that. I know you're giving up your expectations of seeing your friends and what this year looks like, and that's hard. I really understand that. I just think we really need to be there for one another and know that we're all going through rough times. If you haven't heard from someone in a few days, call that person. Text that person. Somebody that maybe you don't normally reach out to. Reach out to that person if you haven't talked to them in a while, okay? Just see how they're doing. Talk about silly memes you've seen. I don't know, anything that's kind of fun. One of the things that I heard the other day was a reporter asked the president, what would you say to students who are all out of school and at home, and what would you say to them? And this is paraphrased for sure, but he said something like, I want them to know that they're all citizens of the United States, and that as citizens, what they're doing is important. They're protecting people, saving lives by staying home. And you guys, it's so true. It seems so difficult to believe that by staying home and not getting in groups and not going out that you're saving lives. But one thing we know is that kids can, anyone can be a carrier and not even know they're sick. And so by staying in one place, you guys are really helping others. And I'm sure you've all seen and heard about young people older than you, but that have, been getting together in groups and doing really stupid things, and they end up with the virus. Some of them are in the ICU, and some of them are, have infected a lot of other people. So, although it might seem trivial to you, I want to tell you what you're doing by staying home is brave, and it is a good thing. So, take heart. Be proud of yourselves and know that what you're doing matters, okay? So, I want to encourage us to have as much fun as we can in different ways, and that was why coming back this week I wanted it to be really fun. So we're doing the Triwizard Tournament. This week is going to look different than any other week. Instead of having like Monday, March 30th, Tuesday, March 31st, we have Task 1, Task 2, and Task 3. And that's going to carry us through pretty much the whole week. We will see. All right. A couple of new things this week that we are now doing. One is that for middle school, we are doing 5 hours of work. Now, that includes PE, some type of elective or whatever else you have, art or music or whatever. And it includes half an hour of religion. So the main thing I want you to know is that math will now be 60 minutes a day, but here is a very important part. That includes the video, which today this is a very long video, so you won't have all that much time to go. It is going to be very important. Please know this, that you work the amount of time left over after you watch the videos, and then you stop. Okay? This week, it's going to be the only week like this. It's going to carry over to the next day. So if you don't finish task 1 today, you keep doing it tomorrow. And then when you finish task 1, you move on to task 2. Normally, we'll just do a day and then you're done. Okay? And that amount of time is what I want you to work. So what I do is I know that some kids are quicker workers. So I have to have more work for them so that they don't get done in 3 minutes and say, ha ha, I did my 60 minutes of work. And then they're done. That's an exaggeration, of course. But I want to make sure that I challenge them, those kids that are quicker workers, so I have enough for them to do. But that means if you're a slower worker, you're not going to get to all the problems. And I know that, okay? Not everyone is going to get all the problems. Some days, there may be no one that gets all the problems done. I'm trying to give you enough to do that it will keep you busy, but at the same time, it will, I want you to, once you've learned it, practice it, stop. Then you're done. There is no homework. There is no extra work. I mean, I suppose if you love math so much, I'm on that page, I'm going to have Sudoku and some other things like that. But you are not going to do more math work for me, okay? I want you to stop. And if you get done early, if you did 3.5 hours of work in what we planned for 5, good for you. You're done for the day, okay? So know that. Work until you're either 1, done, or 2, you've met the time amount. You will not be counted down for that. Okay, so relax. It's going to be good. What else? I think that is it. So this week is a whole different deal because we're doing the tasks. Today you are going to be researching your dragons so that you will be prepared, and then you'll begin your task by picking out the dragons. I also need to tell you, I've heard that not all of you have gotten your letters from me with the slip of paper that came out of our goblet of fire here. And so if that happened to you, I'm sorry, it should be on the way. I sent it early Thursday morning. I don't know Who knows why the mail doesn't get delivered to everyone? I'm sorry. It's coming. So if you don't know what color dragon you have, just choose whatever you want, okay? I'm not going to count you off for that. Just choose the dragon you want. I kept one dragon for myself. It is yellowish green. You can choose whatever one as long as you didn't get one. If you got one, go with what you got. But otherwise, just choose whatever, and when you get it, it doesn't matter if you don't have the same one, okay? So, I am doing measures of central tendency for both 6th and 7th grade, so I'm showing you both the same video. 7th grade has done measures of central tendency, so this is a review. I'm just going to do a quick review. You probably don't need to take notes. If you're in 7th grade, open up your book and just look at your notes and make sure you have all this down, okay? 6th grade, we will go through and you can take notes on measures of central tendency, and then you will be ready to do your task 1. So here we go. And again, 7th grade, if I finish early, or like if you understand and just want to move on, you can. Just make sure that you get a little refresher because it's been a week, right? This includes mean. The mean of something is the average. And if you remember, when we do average, we are going to add all numbers up, add all numbers, and then divide by how many there were. Okay, we will do some examples. Just get this down. Next part of measures of central tendency would be the median, and that is the middle. Okay, this means you must line up the numbers. I'm going to say line up items, lowest to highest. And then find the middle. Now, here's what happens with that. Sometimes, I'm going to move our trusty cup over here. Sometimes, if you have 6 things, the middle number is going to be 2 middle numbers. So if you have 2 numbers in the middle, you add them and divide by 2, which is finding their average. You add them and divide by 2. So you're finding their average, and that would be your median. Okay, so again, we're going to do examples of all of these. The mode. The mode is the most repeated items. And that can be more than one set. All right. The last thing that we're going to do, these 3 are the measures of central tendency. We're also going to do, I should have written this up here and you guys can add it now, range. 6th grade, do not freak out. I'm not giving you a number to do right now in your book. It's okay. We're just going from where we were, okay? So just instead of like 5, 7, or I don't even remember what we're on, 9, 2, we're just going to write measures of central tendency and range, okay? Range is our last one. And that is the difference between the highest number and the lowest. right, so I'm going to, you guys can pause this and write all of this down. And we are going to do the examples. All right, so I am going to take all right, here we go. Let's say 11, 18, 22, 10, 18, and 15. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is find the mean. So I am going to do what? Add them all up. Good. I feel like this is close to me. I don't know, but I want you to be able to see. All right, so 11, 18, 22, 10, 18, and 15. So I'm going to add all those up. It's like my Yahtzee score. Okay, so there's 10, 11, 19, 24. Okay, wait a minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get 94. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 into 94. This is not going to go in evenly, so we'll give our best number here. That goes about 15 times. Let's see if I can get something close to that. 5 times 6 is 30. That's going to give me 15.6 goes into this 6 times. So I'm just going to write 15.6. So my mean down here is 15.6. Okay. All right. Make sure you have this down. Okay. Now, I'm going to look at this. It is not in order, so I'm going to reorder this. 10 goes first, then 11, 15, 18, 18. If it's written twice, you have to write it twice, and 22. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. So I'm looking for the median. That means the middle. Which one is in the middle? There's the end and there's the beginning, so one on each end. I'm going to go to the next one. Those are the two. The next two, and then, darn it, I don't have one in the middle. So what am I going to have to do with that? I'm going to have to add 15 and 18, and I get 23. I'm going to divide that by 2, and that is going to give me 2 goes into 23, 11 and a half times. All right, so I'm going to go with 11 and a half. So my median is 11 and a half. All right. Now I'm going to find my mode. Is there something that is repeated? Ding, ding, 18 and 18. So my mode is 18. I'm going to just write, I guess mode is 18. All right, there's my mode. And my range, that means my lowest to my highest. So my highest is 22, my lowest is 10. I'm going to subtract those, and I get 12. So my range is 12. All right. I know you guys have done some of these before. This is basically what we are looking for today. As I said, you can start this today and finish it tomorrow. So give it a try. Use your notes. That's what you're doing. and you're doing some other things as well when you are recording these. So take your time, do your best. I'm here to answer any questions. All right. I'm so glad to be back with you guys, and I hope it goes well for you. See you later.